What's up, Internet? This is ReplicateAudio.com, and I'm here today to do a deep dive into my plugin called DOLOS. This is a wave-morphing, hyper-distortion, wave-shaping, dimper, super depth destruction plugin that will destroy your waves. And I'm going to demonstrate it today by using a pure sine wave, which we will defile and turn into all kinds of gnarly, disgusting other kinds of sounds that aren't like sine waves, because we don't like sine waves around here sometimes. In the beginning, there was energy. Energy is your pre-amplification. Use this to boost your input signal, causing extra distortion and some really cool sounding artifacts. On the second day, there was Earth. Earth is your DC bias. Turn this up and down to create DC offset, which is normally a bad thing, but we compensate for it around here, so don't worry, it's gonna sound cool. On the third day, there was gravity. Gravity pulls the top of your waveforms down, and for some reason also pushes the bottom of them up. This is the core wave shaping function of the plugin. On the fourth day, there was presence. Presence is the mix knob. You can use it to mix the plugin's effect in and out of your mix, depending on how much you want it to affect the overall audio chain. On the fifth day, there was sky. Sky controls the amplitude of the top part of your waveform, so everything over the zero, this is like the amplitude just for that part. On the sixth day, there were canyons. Canyons pull from the sky down towards the earth, creating extra wave shaping, but just for the top part of the waveform, just the positive part. On the seventh day, there was sea. Sea is like the sky, but it's for the bottom part of the waveform, so it controls the amplitude of the negative half of your waveform. On the eighth day, there were still more sliders to cover, so we had to keep going. There's still more work to do. There is the Plateaus, which maybe could have been called islands, which would have fit the theme, but actually they're just kind of like canyons, but for the bottom part. So the idea here really is that sky and sea are the opposites, top and bottom, canyons and plateaus respectively. You want to use these to make asymmetrical waveforms where the top and the bottom are not the same, and this sounds real cool. On the next 4 days, there were filters, high pass and low pass filters. They're basically just normal filters. You probably know how they work, but the filter res is pretty cool sounding. It's got like a really squealy kind of sound if you turn it way up. And you would think after all these days that it would be finally time to rest, but no, I did not rest. I did not rest. I looked up and I saw that the mode button was pretty cool, because you can click it and on one mode it will show you the wave shaping algorithm at work and how it would work on like an idealized sine wave and not your actual input signal, so you can really kind of engineer stuff. And then you also have the normal oscilloscope / spectrum analyzer mode when you want to see what the plugin is actually doing to your input signal. But the wave shaping mode is actually pretty cool. I think I call this lab mode, but the button just says mode. And even then, we're still not gonna rest, because there's all these other buttons up here to the top right, and these all do things to your signal. So the first top one is just bypass, and you can use that to completely bypass the plugin. And then under that, you have the noise. This is gonna add gain noise, so when you turn up the energy, you're gonna get some extra noise on that pre-amplified signal. And then the next knob under there is earth depth, which is going to increase the amount of DC offset that you can cause. Once again, this is going to be compensated, so if you turn this on, you could get some pretty crazy DC offset. You could definitely push it too far, but it should be pretty safe. The next knob down is the high gravity knob, and this is just gonna, once again, kind of amplify the gravity signal to let you create even more gravity, even more wave shaping distortion. And then the next one down from there is going to be the high voltage plugin. Same idea. Again, you're just giving yourself a little more energy to your preamp. The one down from that, the final one, is the bypass DC filter button. Caution, warning, Infohazard to even tell you about this button. Probably don't want to press that one, but if you really know what you're doing, you can go ahead and I still wouldn't press it, but you can. But don't. And then, of course, on the final day, we rest, because all we gotta do is just talk about the normal patch, saving, loading, initializing buttons, and then also the settings menu where you can change where those save to. But that's it. That's it. It's time to rest. And I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm gonna go sleep. And you can just, if you're still here, you can check out this plugin at replicataudio.com. Got it for sale there. I would love to provide it to you. Or destroy some waves together. But yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna let this play for a little bit. You can listen to the plugin going as the video takes way too long to fade out.